Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, David.
Hello.
I just wanted to let you know I'm going to be driving to an appointment, so I'm not normally the video off, everything off type, but I have to be today, so I'm sorry about that, but I'm listening.
I appreciate it. Thanks, Christine.
Thank you.
Drive safe. Janelle, are you and Vidalia still in the same office?
Yes.
Janelle, if you speak, go over next to her so we can hear you just a little bit better.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. Well, why don't we start and honor the folks that showed up on time and just hear a check-in from our families as we came back from spring break and are looking at Camp Cajon in summer. How are things?
Am I the only parent on here?
No, but I know that if you start us off, you'll get others to talk. So
I think things are going pretty well. I'm a parent at BV and LCC. It's been a while since we've all met, so I don't know if there's new people on here or not. I think things are going good. We just at BV finished up our spring performances, school plays. We just had dances. I know that the teachers are working really hard on it's a new revamped back to school night that we've been doing for quite a few years now with Kid Biz, and now there's more grades involved in that than just 5th grade. So I know that they're working hard on that. And at LCC, we're getting prepared for dodgeball. And I know that the kids had a lot of fun leading up to that with their ASB activities. So all those things are going good. And in fact, speaking of dodgeball, we were thinking about adding something new this year because we're trying to get more families to come up to LCC. And so a couple of the parents just chit-chatting in the parking lot with the kids. The kids thought it would be funny to see some more staff participate. We've never really had that before. So I don't know, maybe Dr. Marishero and some board members, maybe we could get 12 staff that aren't working the event to do a little 3-minute exhibition tournament, just like a 3-minute one, just 12 people. But that's May 19th at 5:30. So if anybody wants to participate, we're going to try and send out some invitations and see if anything sticks. Maybe we can get you guys like a fancy trophy or something for the winning team. But we thought that we're going to invite our feeder schools, so Blossom Valley and Rios. I'm not sure if Crest is still considered a feeder school to LCC just because they have their own middle school now. I'm not really sure if the Crest friends are here. I don't know if that would I don't know if that's right to invite another one from there or not. To invite their families, trying to get people to LCC if they're having their own middle school. So if we are, we can send out an invitation to them, but we're thinking about inviting the students from the other schools so they can come view what LCC is all about, especially the 5th grade families that might be interested in coming there next year.
Thank you. And yes, we will play. Only if you have the hard, thick balls.
Yeah, I think we have Jason Kaminsky. It's funny because of COVID, none of the families that are there now that are on PTA have been a part of dodgeball. So all those families have moved on because there's that 2-year gap and it's only a 3-year school. So there's just a handful of 8th grade families that may have participated with a 6th grader or someone that was older. But for the most part, all of our board have not been a part of dodgeball ourselves. So we're excited to see it too.
Thank you for the invite, Christy. Tonight, we're going to have an update on expanded learning on Camp Cajon and hirings that we're getting in place to make some things possible. But before we do that, we'd love to hear more parent voice before we get into some of the details and ask you for input.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Kevin Bourne here from Forte Elementary. So just along with what Chrissy was just saying, we just came off of our big school dance this weekend. Tremendous turnout as far as for it. So exciting there as far as to see families back on campus as far as in participating.
Thank you, Kevin.
I'm here from, this is Edith, I'm from LCC as well. And I'm excited to see all the activities the girls are preparing to for the students at LCC, the Dutch tournament, and also the carnival and end of the year activities. So kudos to them. They've been working really hard on that. So I'm very excited for that.
Thanks, Edith.
And
Hi,
at
Jamila.
Flying Hills, oh, sorry.
Oh, no,
At
go ahead,
Flying-
Carla.
At Flying Hills, we're planning our arts festival June 10th. So we're going to try something a little different this time. And we're going to do combined, since we haven't had a fall festival in 2 years, we're going to have our jumpies and our carnival games, vendors, and then all the kids are going to be performing as well. That's June 10th. So we're sending invitations soon. It's going to be a summer beach bash.
Wow.
So we're doing like a tropical theme. We just finished our readathon and we, I think, hit the 10,000 mark. So we, and that was with 7% of our school participating, and we raised almost 10,000. I was floored and baffled at what we would have made if we had even half of our school participate. It was, you know, but it was our first readathon, and we know, you know, kind of trial and error next time, what works, what doesn't work, what we can get to get the kids more motivated to read. We've had them spoiled with Apex for years, so they expected people in their classrooms every day and parties, and you know, it was a little more key. It was more library mode. So
Looking forward to High School Musical next week too.
oh, I know High School Musical is on Friday. And then Seussical the musical is going to be at the end of the month. So the Eventbrite already went up over the weekend for High School Musical.
That's great.
Yep.
Hi, Jemima.
Hi, a quick plug for Avocado. Our 4th annual Avocado Arts Expo will be this Saturday, and we are gearing up. We've got 57 students participating in our talent show, which will be really fun. We've got comedy, singing, dancing, lots of singers. And then we have a lot of community partners that will be at our event as well, and some food trucks. So if you guys want to come over to Avocado and check it out, we would love to have you. It's a free event for all families. From 1 to 4 at Avocado. Okay.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, so why don't we have Michelle start with sharing some of our hirings in terms of admin, and then Vidalia and Janelle will share on expanded learning and the Camp Cajon and have any questions. And then Karen, if you'll share what's on the horizon for next school year in terms of offerings that we'll know more about as we get the governor's May revision of his budget this week. Sounds good?
Yeah,
So,
thank you. Oh, go ahead, Dave. Sorry.
yeah, no, go for it.
Thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. Yeah, we're excited to be adding to our assistant principal staff with an extra AP at each of our school sites. and really to make sure that we have administrative there in the morning and in the afternoon for our ELAP program. And we've been actively recruiting and interviewing, and I'm happy to share that we are bringing 12 names to the board tomorrow night for assistant principal appointment. And then we'll be working with placement with our principals to get those folks an actual home, and not just here in Cajon Valley, but at a school site. So we're very excited about that. And we know that they're going to add a wealth of knowledge and information and excitement. We set the bar high for this particular group of people, and they're superstars. And it was fabulous going through the process and seeing how many people want to work in Cajon Valley, like no place else. They want to be in Cajon Valley, and how well they know our school district, in addition to the people that are already working in Cajon Valley, and how much they are interested in wanting to go into administration for Cajon Valley. Not surprising, because we really are that rad. It was just great to hear it from outside candidates that were so excited to be joining our team. So we will get those folks in place. They'll be starting with us early July, and we'll get names out to everybody. And so you'll know where they're all going to be and be able to welcome them with the traditional Cajon Valley welcome. And as we continue to work with them, you'll get to know them a little bit more. And we're super excited about that.
Thank you. A few months ago, Vidalia was assistant principal at Cajon Valley Middle School, and Janelle was assistant principal at Hillsdale. Now they are our expanded learning coordinators and focused on fun enrichment and academic success. Please share an update.
Hi everyone, how's everyone doing? We have been hard at work, and I want to thank all of you for helping us, because it couldn't have been done without pushing out the interest in surveys to your students, sending out messages to parents, gathering those teachers, really talking it up with your teachers for them to register to work and be part of the Thrive team this summer. And then of course, this past week or two, it's been thank you with all your help of putting together your programs and stuff like that with vendors. And that's where we're at right now, is looking at your vendor list, making sure that we pull them. We love that a lot of kids had input of things that they wanted, and it seems like many of you took that to heart when planning, and we're working hard now to find culinary arts for people, and martial arts, and gymnastics and pools. That's at the top of our list, is trying to get as much swim time as possible. So we're loving every moment of that, and just building relationships with community partners. I know the big question is, when will registration start? We are working closely with Jonathan on that in the company. So we're hoping to have some more answers by the end of the weekend and push that out. But we are hoping registration will start probably by May 16th is our hope, the week after the latest. And then once we get that registration going, it's just plugging the kids in place and working on our field trips, really.
And school will be open for between what hours for families?
So we're going to have Camp Sunrise, which is going to be from 6:30 to 9. Camp Thrive, which is the traditional 9 to 12. And then we have Sunset Camp, which will be from 12 to 6. And all day long, we're planning to have enrichment and engaging programs, whether it's Rise, Thrive, or Sunset. Our kids will be able to participate in gymnastics and sports and swim. We're planning all of that as well for the before and after the Thrive experience.
And breakfast, lunch provided for all those who want it?
Absolutely. We're going to do a grab and go for the students who are coming to Camp Thrive, the 9 to 12 portion, if they're not going to stay with us. If they are staying, they will still have their grab and go lunch, but they'll go to their Thrive Sunset location, and then they'll have a snack again closer to the evening as well. And then in the morning, there'll be a snack as well.
Question came in, what grades? We've had a lot of people asking about incoming kinder and TK students.
Yep. So this year, we're going to have our very first incoming kinder. As a matter of fact, we meaning talented teachers and principals, created a Kinder 101 to help our TK students transition into the kinder experience. And that's our first year of having that program. And basically parents will register their student for the next grade that they're promoting to. So if you have a first grader, you will register for incoming second grade. or, you know, if you have a 5th grader, we are and there you don't have 6th grade at their school, because we do know we now have TK8s. We are encouraging them to go on to their new middle school to start meeting some staff and make some friends and get familiar with the lay of the land to help that transition for them at their new site. It's a more relaxed environment to get to know some staff, so that when the fall comes, it's a little bit more positive, because you already know some people and probably excited for junior high or middle school experience. So we are encouraging that. And then of course we have our specialty programs. We have our summer musical, we have our outdoor immersion, and then for our incoming 7th graders and 8th graders, we have Colleges for Me, where they'll be able to take the non-credited college course at Cuyamaca. We have 8 professors who have signed on, and we have courses like Film is Lit, American Sign Language, Spanish Culture, 2D art. We just got an ethnic studies course sign on. That professor just reached out, wanted to be part of the team. So there's about 8 courses that our students will be able to choose and know what it's like to be a college student on campus.
Let's stop there and see if there are any questions about specifics or details for Camp Cajon from any of our families or things we may have missed. Can kids sign up for an all-day camp?
Yes, they can sign up for the sunrise portion, and then they'll pick their Thrive, which are, because different schools, it will be based on their grade, it'll be themed in middle school, and then they can stay for the sunset portion. Absolutely, 6:30 to 6. We will definitely take care of your student and keep them engaged and support them the way they need it.
Will you guys be having a program for the new high school you guys are having?
Yep, Bostonia High School, and I know Travis was on here, I saw you. They have also exciting program for their incoming freshmen. They have a freshman academy, and then their incoming 10th and 11th graders, they have an amazing class called the X Factor Project. And then they've even have added a incoming 7th and 8th grade camp for students who are in the Bostonia High School, formerly known as we know Emerald. If they want to participate in camp, they can actually go to Bostonia and experience it and see if maybe that will be the best fit for them for their high school selection.
Janelle, you want to jump in?
I saw in the chat, someone said how if our home site isn't offering camp, how do we know where we might be placed? And you can pick any site that you want your child to go to. So you don't have to necessarily go to your home site. If you have cousins at another site and you want all of the cousins to go to camp together, you can pick that site.
But we did select a site that is close to your home site. So an example would be Flying Hills will be attending camp at Magnolia. So they are prepared for the Flying Hills family, since that's the next closest site to help with the commute for parents if they have to drop off and pick up students.
And that's where their teachers will be teaching.
So like my daughter's going into the 8th grade. I could, and we're at Flying Hills, obviously, I can sign her up for the Bostonia since she's incoming 8th grade, or does she have to be an 8th grader incoming freshman?
Nope, she could do the Bostonia's incoming 7th and 8th grade camp experience that they're creating.
Okay. Because I live in Spring Valley now, so I'm down the street, and that would, aside from the fact that Mr. Lee was her kindergarten teacher.
And we know you, so yeah.
Yeah.
Anything for Flying Hills.
I do want to say that if you do have a student who's an incoming 7th and 8th grader and you're wondering if Bostonia is a great fit, this is a great way for them to really sample. And Travis, you can speak, but to sample what our high school is all about and, see if that's really their best fit for their high school years. And so
I was, because we have to drive by there down Chase going home, and I'm always plugging it. So she's very interested in, what's going on. The only concern was the first thing she said was like, "Mommy, you're not going to take over, right?" I was like, "No, probably not."
We are opening up our PTA, so we'll take you, and you can come anytime. It's a great opportunity to see our project-based learning in action. Students are going to have a lot of choice and voice on how we redesign our campus and everything. So it's going to be really fun to see the advisors and see the interaction, the culture we're developing.
Yeah, a lot of her classmates are actually really excited about finding out more about it. So I think that might be a good option this summer. Yep. For all of them.
If not, field trips for anybody they want to come over, field trips.
Okay, I'll give you a buzz.
Thank you. Karen, how does this translate into next school year?
It's very similar. So if we're going to be expanding our opportunities to increase supporting happy kids and healthy relationships on a path to gainful employment. So everything you just heard at Camp Cajon, it translates right into the school year. It's going to look really similar. Parents and families are going to have the opportunity for Rise in the morning, a caring environment and support if you need to drop your child off early before school hours. And then Thrive during the day. We'll call that our normal school day. I want to talk a little bit about what we're really going to focus on in the coming year and years. And then Sunset, same thing, just like Camp Cajon, your site, based on your feedback, is going to put together a program that uses existing EDP staff. We're going to contract with the activities that your students want, that you said you wanted, that your children want, whether that's enrichment, recreation, academics, that will be offered every day throughout the year. And so it is a 6 to 6:30 program. The Thrive part, that's our typical day. We're Cajon Valley. We're going to continue that engaging curriculum that we have around world of work and supporting wellness in students. I want to talk about your students though, your children. Sorry, I always refer to them as students. The focus of all staff next year, on top of a great teaching and curriculum that we have in Cajon Valley, is knowing every child deeply and well. It sounds simple, and you think we've got everyone. We are going to make sure every child is known, their name, their face, their story, what they hope for, what they fear, and then we are going to be supportive staff, every staff member on campus, and every child is going to know at least one adult in Cajon Valley that knows them very well and that cares about them. That is our goal, not to have any child missed in the coming year, and then really bring student voice and choice into what we're learning in school. So Rise, Thrive, and Sunset all year long.
Go ahead, Chrissy.
So I know it's based on feedback, but once you start offering the Camp Sunrise and Sunset, if there becomes more interest, will you be able to accommodate that? Because I know at Blossom Valley, like a lot of the families obviously right now pay for EDP. And if that becomes free, there might be more parents interested and students interested if they see like the enrichment programs happening that are similar to Camp Cajon. So is it like kind of locked in, or is it something that would grow based on interest as time goes on and people see that it is free and it is something that's going to last? Because I know some people were afraid when they were filling out the form. I know parents contacted me and they're like, about interest forms and stuff. They're afraid if they say, okay, we want free childcare and it goes free, but then like the money runs out, then they'll have to pay again, like kind of planning for that, the uncertainty of it,
There's definitely uncertainty. We don't know the numbers, but we've put in a pretty robust budget to begin with. The difference this time is right now, if you looked at EDP, it's only our EDP staff. What we'll be making is a rotation. So you'll have some EDP staff. You have teachers and any staff member at school that may want to do some fun things after school, might be academics, might be something else. In addition to that, how else can we get students and expand capacity? I think is your question, is we're going to be hiring our contractors. So students will rotate in our Sunset program between our staff, like EDP staff, on-site school staff that's interested. I might want to do like painting 2 days a week. and then our contractors. So we're able to kind of scale up or down a little bit based on that model instead of only EDP, who do an amazing job, but we know, Chrissy, we cannot hire enough EDP staff to meet the demand. So the beauty is the contracting and the enrichment and recreation that families have been enjoying.
So yes, we are planning, and we'll know for certain that we can provide this program for all families at no cost. It's not free, it's actually funded by taxpayer dollars. So, but we have been allocated money to expand the school day, make it more enriching, and really create fun and meaningful, enjoyable experiences for our staff and our students. It's super exciting. Our principal, the assistant principals, come into the conversation. I cut somebody off. I'm sorry. I don't.
That was me, David. I was going to say, in the meantime, we are hiring. So there is a need for additional EDP, campus aid. We have not filled all of our AP positions. So if you know of anybody who has an admin credential and wants to move it or wants to move into administrative position, have them reach out to me. But we've got openings in just about all of our positions, and we welcome people to come and apply, especially for those of you that we know are already working many, many, many hours on school campuses already and not getting paid. This would be a great way for you to contribute and get paid for the amazing work that you do.
Thanks, Michelle.
Well, I'm really excited about this opportunity. I work at a middle school currently at Montgomery, and I see how many students don't have a lot of places to go after school, with a lot of hardworking parents and a lot of demands and a lot of challenges that this pandemic has bestowed upon us. So just having an opportunity for students to thrive in ways where they can still be part of our school community is just exciting. And I'm really excited about that. And not only offering opportunities to our students, but also looking at flexibilities for our staff, so our staff can also be happy, is one thing I'm very appreciative about from the entire cabinet and just working here at this district, really finding ways to be part of a school community that is increasingly closer together and in partnership with all stakeholders, continually working together. So thank you for that. I'm really excited. I really hope that more and more parents and community members really take advantage of this amazing opportunity.
Thank you, Sergio. Another brave assistant principal or principal willing to take the mic and then drop it?
I actually would just like to say, kind of going off of Sergio. Hi guys, Tasha Bartley, principal at Narenka. We have actually started implementing a lot of the things that we're already talking about at Narenka. After school, we have about 15 different programs going right now where our teachers have stepped up and gone off of their interests and their values, which has brought such an awesome relationship between students and staff at our school. So for example, we have a knitting club, we have a no-bake class for one of our teachers is a baker outside of school, and so she brought that passion to the school site, and it's for all grade levels, which is so amazing. Your child is going to have not only their classroom teacher that loves and cares about them, but lots of staff members who get to interact with them before and after school. So we're already seeing the positive effects on our school site, and we're just really excited to continue that. And we're going to have a nice culminating event on June 3rd, where we're going to show off all of our after school Thrive groups that we have. And we're just excited to continue that. So thank you to Cabinet and David for this awesome opportunity, not only for our students, but also for our teachers to go off of what they love. It's really everyone thriving all around. So thank you.
Thank you, Tasha. All right, bonus points for the person who takes it and drops it. Looking at you. All right, well, thank you all so much for joining and for allowing us to communicate with you this way. We will be sending out more surveys and getting information. We asked our AP applicants, how would you measure success of this program? And the common answer was the kids like it. The kids all come and tell their friends, and they complain when you pick them up early from the program. That would be a win. So that's our goal. Happy kids, healthy relationships on a path to gainful employment. And thank you all so much. Have a wonderful evening. See you one more time.